Born in Kumasi on July 25, 1977, he began his footballing career with King Faisal Babies until he was 17 before making a move to Bundesliga giant Borussia Dortmund. He is one of the youngest players to play for the former Bundesliga champions. He made his debut for Ghana national team in October 2004, but injuries curtailed his progress and he decided to hang his boots after 15 years as a footballer. He made his way into field of coaching as an assistant to his former manager at Freiburg in 2007 before joining Cameroon in the same capacity. He also served as a scout for Ghana in 2012. On April 4, 2017, Kwesi Appiah, returning for a second stint, appointed him as his first assistant coach. He began training with the Black Stars for 2 days and Kwesa Free Sports Muftau Nabila Abdullahi caught up with him.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a big opportunity as well to work under him. As you said, I was in Cameroon and I did my best there. And when it comes to my country, you can imagine how happy I am to be the assistant coach of Ghana national team.
Did you see this coming?
Yeah, well, I didn't see it coming, but I keep on working. I knew one day it will happen. So I didn't even bother to think about coaching the Black Star, but I try to do my best whenever I go. And so when the chance came, I think for me it's the best time. And as you can see, we have a lot of former footballers in, so I think the work is going to be very interesting.
During your playing days, did you ever see yourself managing the Black Stars?
No, but as I stopped playing, I thought, what's next? So I decided to go into coaching. When I started coaching, I started with Freiburg, where I played last, and then moved to Japan, Orawa Diamonds, and then came back to FC Cologne in Germany, and then to Cameroon. So as the journey goes, I hope, or I'm sure that one day I will be in Ghana, but I don't know if it was Black Star or no. But now that is happening, I still have a hope that in the future, I can coach the Black Star by myself.
What influenced your decision to get into coaching?
Yeah, well, when I stopped, I was with the coach I work with now, Volker Finke. He was my coach in Freiburg, and I myself, I didn't know what he saw in me. He told me to go and do the coaching course. I said, well, I will try. So I started with the B license, and then later I moved to the A, and then later I upgrade myself. Maybe he saw something in me which I didn't see, but later I come to realize that the coaching is the best job for me.
You've worked with several players across the continent, let me just say that. Of course, working with the likes of Cameroon, where people have this notion that the Cameroon young players are so indisciplined. Ghanaians are also saying that our Black Stars are indisciplined. How do you get this crop of players to work for you?
Yeah, well, football has changed, and you could see. I always give example of Mario Balotelli, a fine player, which everybody can deny him. But you see some of his actions, took him back. When you see Mario, for now, I think Mario should be in the big clubs in the world. So I think the advice I would give the players I'm working with is always like that. The talent alone cannot take you anywhere. You have to be disciplined. You have to know, if you are not disciplined, it's very difficult in modern football. Not only discipline against your coach or your colleagues, it's discipline for yourself. This time football, to play at the highest level, it's not easy. So I will always advise them to be disciplined. As you said, in Cameroon, people have the perception that they are not disciplined, but it's not like that. Because since I was there, I work with them, even Samuel Eto'o, all of them respect us as a coach because, we all have to respect each other. It's because you are a coach, they only have to respect you. So I think the advice I'll give the guys is, fine, you have the talent, but you have to be disciplined to achieve your goals.
Considering the hundreds of players Ghanaians are taught across, what goes into the decision to select 30 players? How difficult is it to assemble only 30 players?
I mean, it was very difficult because we have a lot of talent in this country, both local and foreign. But I mean, you have to choose those who are in form for now, because I mean, we are going to give a lot of people chance, but for now we think these are the 30 players that can help us, and then as time goes on we keep on also searching for the new ones.
There have been these questions. Christian Echu, Ajiman Bedu, Moramotas, so these are players who have not gotten the opportunity. Christian Echu, we all know over the last few months he has been sensational for Newcastle, but unfortunately he didn't make the cut.
I mean, Christian Echu is injured. I mean, he had the operation after the season, so for him it's not about if he's playing or not. And if you see about Ajuman Bedu and Wakasu, I mean, we knew them already. We want to try some players, I mean, so that we will have an option. And as you can see, we have a lot of midfielders in the team just because we want to try them. It's not that we close the door for them. I mean, they will come back for sure if they're still performing in their club. So I don't see it as a rejection or something like this. We just want to try something.
You've been hunting around in the local Premier League and we have 7 players. What point if you did this decision to get 7 players? For the first time in nearly, if I'm not mistaken, 17 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's their performance, because I was here now almost 6 months, and Maxwell is also here as well. So we watch a lot of games, and we saw that we have a quality in our league. So, I mean, even if you watch the training we have for yesterday and today, I don't see any difference between the locals and the foreign. So I think we made a right choice, and I think the boys are going to prove to Ghanaians that we still have a good place in the league.
Proving to Ghanaians, we have a game coming up against Ethiopia on June 11 in Kumasi. That will be your first game leading the Black Stars. What should Ghanaians expect?
Yeah, I mean, we want to win our matches, not only the one against Ethiopia. I mean, we want to win all of our matches, and the only thing we want from Ghanaians is to come out and support us with the press and to come out in numbers at the stadium. The players we call for this camp, I think they are going to make the nation very proud because they have the quality. So we only play to them to come out and support us.
Coming out to support you, June 11. After this game, do you have a target heading into the other games and then to Cameroon in 2019? What is your target?
Yeah, well, I mean, the target is to qualify the team first, and then we believe that we are building a team for the future, and we want to qualify to the Africa Cup and even the World Cup if it's possible. We don't have it in our own hand, but as I said, we want to win all our matches. If the other teams slip, then we are there. So I think the target for now is to qualify for the African Cup.
You mentioned the World Cup. I just drove me to the World Cup. We have 1 point, Egypt has got 5. People say the task is unsurmountable. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, well, I mean, we have to tell the truth. It's difficult. Not only Egypt have 5 points, and Uganda have also 4 points, which are also a good side. As I said earlier, we want to win all the rest of the matches and then see what will happen.
Do you think we've got the quality to win the rest of the matches?
Oh yes, I mean the quality. The Ghana have always the quality is there, you know, and I believe that in these 30 players we call, we will have a very solid team to. I mean, some of the guys will also come in because we have a lot of games, and we are sure that we are going to build a good team for the Afcon and the World Cup, and then try to win the matches. Yes.
Well, winning the matches has always been the dream of Ghanaians, but 35 years with no won the Afcon. It is something you and the other team members are considering ending in Cameroon.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's true that we didn't won the cup almost 35 years now, and this is the dream of all Ghanaians, even us, the technical handlers. So first, let's qualify to the tournament, and then we see what will happen next. But for sure, this is our dream, to win the African Cup for the Ghanaian public.
What would you say has been our problem for our failure to win the Afcon in the last 35 years?
Well, I think we cannot just wake up and say we have to win. We have to plan. I mean, if you plan well, you will achieve your aim. But I think, and for the past years, we only think about the going there and win the cup. We didn't think about building a team. I mean, give the team chance to gel very well, so that you will set a target that we want to win maybe in 2 or 4 years. Every year, 2 years, we are going to the tournament. The pressure is already high. We have to win. We have to win. So I think we have the chance to win the coming one, but at the same time, we have to also think about the development. We have to build a team for the future. It's going to be tough. Any team that qualifies to the African Cup can win the tournament. So we have to plan very well so that we can also be among the winners.
So are you saying that the high pressure has always been the reason why we've not been able to end our 35 years?
Not only the high pressure, also the planning. I mean, to build a team from the years back. I don't know. We have to have a plan as a nation, and where do we want to go in the next 4 years, maybe, or next 10 years. And then we have to bring people who are competent in, and then to try to work something out, so that in the future we also can say now, okay, we have the plan, we build the team for the nation, and now we can win Africa Cup or maybe World Cup, who knows. But we have to start from somewhere.
You say we have to have a plan. So as technical members, do you have a plan?
Oh yes, I mean, we just came in, and as you see, we are working not only and the technical members. We have the PFAG behind us. We have the former footballers also. So we are planning to bring something out. We only have to come together. We have the mind, we have the brains here in Ghana. If you all get involved, I think we can build something for Ghana football.
You spoke about former players being behind you. The last time I spoke to Tony, he made mention about how he's excited about the opportunity given to former players to manage this team, working with your own former players. How is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's good, because you know that the man walking beside you also know what he's doing. So I think bringing footballers in is always a plus, and this is what the PFAG also stand for. And as you know, it's not only about a foreign league. We go everywhere to try to arrange for the local players as well. It's all part of our responsibility. And then PFAG are also very supportive of the national team. Anytime the national team came to camp, you will see PFAG there behind them. And I mean, this motivate the players and also the coaches. So I think through that we can build a very solid foundation for Ghana football.
Talking about foundation, earlier you made mention about development. People say that our transition from under 17 to the senior team has been very good. Is this something you people are doing?
Oh yes, I think if they say that, it's not wrong, because when you saw the last tournament from under 17, even the last under 20, so one will say, what is going on? I mean, that's why I said we need to have a plan. From now, under 17 is coming back, or after the World Cup they will come back. What next? We need to have a league that they will play regularly. And also, the main thing is we have to have an infrastructure to keep these players here.
People have said that young talents are always hungry to go out there, especially after excelling in youth tournaments. We all know of Adia when he won the best player in 2009. Immediately he moved to AC Milan. When Clifford Aboji, wonderful player in the 2013 and under 20 World Cup. He was even the third best player. Got the opportunity. He made a big money move to forgotten the club, Granada. And these players, they've not progressed enough. Would you say that either these players are hungry and they are going after money that is curtailing their career, and what advice do you give to these players?
Oh, I mean, it's difficult to tell a 17 or 20-year guy after the tournament to stay back home. Because, I mean, if he stay, we all know what is in our country. So you can't blame them for going outside to play for a team. But I will advise them to go to a proper team because they will have the offer. Maybe the big offer is not from the team that you will have a chance to play. I mean, you mentioned Adia. He went to AC Milan, and then they keep on giving it to loan. Yeah, Real Madrid. I mean, you see, I will advise them. I mean, sometimes they have to see the chance where they will play, not only the big club. I mean, if you start, I can only give example of Sami Kufuor when they played under 17. I mean, all of them went to the big club, and even he's the last one to have a contract with, I think, AC Turin or so. And then he came back to Germany to play second division and then try his best again and then go back to Bayern. So the advice is they should go to the club that they have a chance to play, not only because it's a big club. I want to be a player of Real Madrid or AC Milan. I think that will help them to develop.
Your footballing career path, would you advise players to follow the same route? Because we're one of the most exceptional players. I remember I read somewhere they said that you're one of the youngest players to have played for Dortmund.
Yeah, it's true. I went there very early. I went there with 16 and then won the Champions League with 17. When I went there, I didn't start with the first team. Of course, I started with the second team. But, I mean, I will advise them, if you go to a team that you are not playing, try to talk to your manager or whatever to send you somewhere that you can play, like I mentioned Kufuor. But some of them, I don't know, they want to stay there just to be named as a, yeah. So, I mean, I will advise them to follow myself, of course.